He's starting on Tower of Heaven. This is a very interesting stage because I think that both characters really benefit from the stage. They both really like plats. They like being able to move around and use their aerials well. There has been much talked about this matchup, mostly by Zoomander. That there's a lot of Sylvs that I think that this is a very much a losing matchup for Sylvanos. And there's definitely truth to that, but I think Zoomander's kind of right that it's not necessarily a losing matchup, just really exhausting and difficult and frustrating, but Sylv still has a lot of tools to keep Orcane out of the area.
Like forward air.
Yeah, like forward air, like down tilt, like multi-jab. Even though don't use multi-jab. Really, Sylv just needs to keep Orcane away and get as much damage as possible on Orcane without letting Orcane in, because once Orcane gets in, you're in Sylv disadvantage against a character that's moving hitbox, and that's really difficult.
Yeah.
And we see that that Oaty is trying his best to try to keep Orcane out, and gets a down strong. I think one of the best moves that Sylv actually has for Orcane, because we can just throw it out when if we are in a good situation, and get Orcane off of us very quickly.
I mean, the way you were making it sound like it was like Oaty was at a bit of disadvantage, but if you notice, he has a stock lead right now.
Yeah, that's true. I just consider myself in disadvantage when I see Sylvanos and Orcane on screen, to be honest.
I mean, Oaty's making it work pretty well. Good choice, just chosen to go as far away as he can, virtually getting caught by these bubbles. But the hold into the dare, it's just gonna not let Erase Me escape.
It's one of the things with Sylvanos, you oftentimes want to DI out of his moves, because DIing in is always just going to mean you're going to get blendered more. And
if you DI out for too long, you're just going to die.
Yeah, but when you're Orcane, you know, you might have 2 ways in. But... And we are going to be going to a very interesting counter pick, Rock Wall. I am shocked Oaty didn't ban this. This really, I feel like this stage makes it really difficult. Really gives Orcane everything he needs when fighting Sylvanos. By just being able to kill so much earlier and not having to worry about getting Sylvanos to a high percent. But I mean, it is Rock Wall. All characters benefit from the same bad blast zones. Sorry, all blast zones. Yeah.
I mean, as we saw in the last game, it wasn't necessarily too hard for Oaty to maintain his lead and as well as keep it. We're seeing some hitful drag downs right now, and we're gonna kill off the top. My goodness!
And Oaty is just so oppressive in the air. He's definitely a more aerial Sylvanos, really takes advantage of all the aerials super well. Especially,
you have to.
Yes, you do. I don't, but you do. And that's why I still haven't graduated RRC. But we see Erase Me really trying to fight back, getting these bears, which are so killer on this stage. But Oaty is just being very patient, waiting for an opportunity to sort of block Erase Me out to get this damage. This is very much kill percent for Orcane here. A single good attack from Oaty will kill.
Not quite there, no sweet spot, and we're gonna see a fair no follow up. Unfortunately, we're gonna see the puddle up. Come on out. It's looking a little rough for Erase Me right now. He's currently down 2-0. On his potential winner's lifeline. He's gonna need to call a friend, and let's see who he ends up calling. It's gonna be Forest Floor. I think it's interesting, but considering Sylvanos isn't able to have a platform that is so close to the upper blast zone, this will be more beneficial for Erase Me.
100%, especially since Oaty has been getting so many kills off of up airs and taking advantage of all the aerial space. Forcing Oaty to actually contend more towards the ground is a very smart idea, while still giving the platforms that Erase Me wants. And already we're seeing a much more even start with both players at much more even percents, and that is bad DI, leading to a really good kill from Erase Me. And we're seeing what can be so challenging about Orcane with Sylvanos is that once Sylvanos is off stage, he doesn't have a lot of tools to really fight back against Orcane, especially there. And so you can get a lot of really free percent. Erase Me really just getting a lot more dominant in this game in general. A very smart counter pick.
Yeah, Forest Floor does have a small ceiling. Oh my goodness, he just walks into that.
Yeah.
So that's probably what Erase Me is wanting to take advantage of here. See the pedal wave come out. And already, even though Oaty might be down, could be the stock. No, it's not quite yet. Beautiful ledge dash, but unfortunately Erase Me covers it with the forward strong.
Oaty really trying to control the space and try to keep Orcane out, but really struggling on this stage where he doesn't have the platforms needed.
You know, Erase Me is just kind of walking away with this game, and the down airs are out. We're gonna force Oaty to recover. Unfortunately, Erase Me this is where he comes up wrong, and it's gonna let Oaty maintain a bit of stage control here. The pedal is coming out, goes for the strong, unfortunately doesn't quite get it.
This is the thing that I've noticed with Erase Me. Once Erase Me is an advantage, there's just ridiculous pressure in the air that it feels so difficult to get out of. And for a character like Sylvanos, that is even more difficult. Now,
interesting. Going back to Rockwall. Technically, this is supposed to be banned.
Oh,
haha, funny DSR.
That's true.
If nobody calls you out on it, you can't really do anything about it.
Yeah, that's true. And we saw how aggressive and how strong Oaty was here before, and really taking advantage of these platforms to get so much damage right away.
But unlike that first game on Rockwall, Erase Me seems to be having like a bit more momentum. That game 3 was very dominant in his favor, with it being a 2-stock. And a pretty convincing one at that, but unfortunately, for Erase Me, that momentum's going to get halted with that back air.
We see Oaty just being very careful now to just try to not take this damage. Unfortunately, cannot avoid it, but still technically in the lead.
Yeah, that percent racks up fast. Because I wonder if Erase Me is going to be able to like use those bubbles, because I like trying to think of like what makes this so bad for Sylv, other than just the fact that Orcane's buttons are so good. And it's like, oh, bubbles just completely stuff out recovery, and Oaty hasn't really given Erase Me the opportunity to use those bubbles. He's in a great position to use them right now. Unfortunately, left him a little too late and gets parried with enough time to get punished.
But with Orcane, oh, and misses the kill there.
It's the chomp. Multi-jab does come out. It's a great way to keep it Orcane, just like you said. Let's freaking go.
And we have a good kill there. If Erase Me can get a lot of damage very quickly and a really strong kill, this could be it. But this is a pretty big kill, especially on Rockwall.
Oh, these back to go out. Very dangerous, unfortunately.
Very smart.
He doesn't get the kill off it.
And this is very close now. Both of these characters can kill as long as they're both careful. We can see these bubbles now becoming very good and getting a lot of damage.
Down strong, not gonna quite do it yet. That time it will do it. Hydroplane gonna let him swine into place. He says we move on to game 5. No repeats here.
And you know what? Cheaters never win. That's what that taught me.
True. Break the rules and it becomes motivation. We are going to Air Armada for game 5. Interesting. Cheaters almost win. That is very true.
Now this is a very good stage for Sylv, especially a Sylv that can stay in the air as strong and as oppressively as Oaty, as well as making it giving both characters a few less options when it comes to recovering. Yes, I did call DSR a bagman, and I lost, and I've regretted it ever since.
No, man. Stage not proven to be too beneficial, but we've seen what Oaty can do with a plat so close to that top blast zone. So I'd still be cautious, but this stage is just so good for Sylv. It's like the best parts of Rockwall and Endless Abyss combined.
Mm-hmm. And you can just get a kill like that with up air. It makes up air so strong on this stage, especially with those top plats. I mean, all of Sylv's moves are so powerful on that top plat, but so is Orcane when able to get these bears and these up airs off of it too. I mean, a pretty good edge guard here. Unfortunately, Oaty is not able to keep it.
All it will take is like one good Sylv blender to even up these stocks. Erase Me not gonna get held out on the recovery. Slide in with the F strong yet again. Doing a great job of holding on center stage right now, forcing Oaty onto this platform, limiting his options. These balls, but gets caught by the pedal wave.
And we see that Oaty is just really looking for any kill here, and I think Erase Me is trying to take advantage of that, trying to take advantage of the impatience, but Oaty is able to get my favorite move up strong to get the kill.
That might be the swing of momentum he needs. Gonna get this blender started. Erase Me doesn't have a puddle on deck, but he gets one out. Hydroplane's into position for a perfectly placed down strong.
This is very, very close, but that parry, oh, this is gonna lead into a blender that's gonna get a lot of damage on Erase Me. Actually, Bubbles saved Erase Me a lot there, I think.
Oh, good use of the bagger. Trying to wait out just a little bit. Unfortunately, Oaty gets parried.
Very good F tilts there, stuffing out the Orcane recovery. Just getting a lot of damage.
Oh, that was almost really bad. I was going to say that may have cost him the game, but down strong.
And surviving the down strong still. But there's no surviving that fair.
Dan says he could have survived it if he DI'd correctly.
Yeah, DI'd down into the last zone where there was no wall to jump from. Very good set between Oaty and Erase Me, though.